Talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Tune in on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Come join us on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Join us on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Yeah.
Go and I see y'all inside.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus, yeah. Celebrities. Let's talk about current events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Tune in on Peachy Tea Tyme. Come join us on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Join us on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Yeah.
Gotta go and I see y'all inside.
Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like they know what I'm going to say because it's polite. But I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody going to clean it.
Hey, y'all, what's goody in your city, baby? Everything good on my block. I'm gonna need y'all just stay away. Okay, just stay away. Don't even come through unless you come for an interview. Okay? But it's your girl, the missus. Everybody call me Miss Peachy. So y'all are more than welcome to call me Miss Peachy just as well. And my guests call me Miss Peachy too, baby. Yes, she do. I'm so excited to have her here on today. And also, y'all gonna be excited just as well. Because, baby, we got a story for y'all today, okay? Now, usually when I have the families on, y'all, we have the families on Wednesdays. But, Dr. Cynthia said, baby, put me in studio. Put me in studio, okay? So I said, baby, I would definitely bring you and put you in studio, okay? So I am going to go ahead and introduce her up. But first, again, thank you all for joining. Shout out to Caribbean Life Television, baby. Shout out to them. Shout out to the radio station just as well, because that's where we are at. That's where we are at. So let me go ahead, y'all. I gotta cover this fair usage right quick because we do have a family in studio. DJ Red, I forgot to send you the fair usage. So let's go ahead. We're gonna play this right quick, and we'll be right back. Less than a minute.
Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
All right, y'all, we got that fair usage out the way. Y'all know how they be. They'll cut me in a minute. So let me go ahead and play that. Again, we have the beautiful Dr. Cynthia. She is in the building to tell her loved one's story, her son's story. Mr. Christopher Williams, baby, Mr. Christopher Williams. Now, this story is a little different because this story, most of the time that we have stories on Peachy Tea Tyme, it's about someone that was murdered.
Okay.
They was murdered through domestic violence, the prison system, the police, missing person, and of course suicide as well. But today, and like we have done in other shows, one of them for sure, I know y'all remember, was the young lady that it's at the top of my tongue. She had an asthma attack. She had an asthma attack, and when I tell you her mom and her dad came on and educated us about asthma, had everybody was in tears crying. Yeah. So this is another one of those cases just as well, that it wasn't murder, and I want to make sure I make that very clear to everyone. But Dr. Cynthia, she got a story for us, okay? So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to bring her up, baby. Y'all already know what y'all need to do. Put them hand claps together. Put them hand claps together for Dr. Cynthia. Yes, Dr. Cynthia's in the building. Let me give your head clap, girl. Let me give your head clap. Yes, so you are here.
Yes. I'm excited to be here too.
I know.
I really
right,
am.
Girl. I know.
I really am. Yeah.
I'm excited for you. I really am. You know, anybody that get to come on Peachy Tea Tyme, girl, I'll be excited for them.
Right.
I'll be excited for them. You know, I really do. Because I know we going to laugh.
Right.
We going to cry. And then we going to laugh again.
That's right.
And then after all of that, guess what? We going to be friends. So,
That's right.
It gets no better
Absolutely.
than that. It gets
None
no better
than that. Right.
So, first of all, Dr. Cynthia.
Yes.
You are a doctor.
Yes.
What part of doctor?
Well, actually, humanities and social justice.
Okay.
And I actually do life experienced evidence-based grief and trauma recovery. So we inform people how to educate themselves on what grief is, empower themselves to heal from it, and then educate themselves on how to live their new normal after enduring it.
Okay. Now, your son passed away 20 years ago, you said.
Absolutely, in 2006.
2006. Now, were you in the process of becoming a doctor at that time?
Absolutely
or did it
not.
take for what happened to your son for you to be in this space now?
If I had to be candidly honest,
That's what we want.
yeah, I don't know nothing else. I was a real life street girl.
Okay.
Real life street girl. And knowing why he passed is my wait in heaven, right? Earthly reason why he passed was to change me to who I am today. I had actually just did 15 months in a federal prison for drugs. I came home and my grandmother died. And then my dad died 2 months later on my grandmother's birthday. That was his mother. And then my son died 3 years later. So I went from being a 35-year-old person who hadn't endured death to an understanding of change in my life. Mm-hmm. My mother's parents had passed. My mother's mother died when I was about 18 months old, so I don't remember her. When my mother's father died, he was in our house, you know, staying with us. I was back and forth, right, at his house, hanging out with cousins, that kind of thing. So I knew him, but still wasn't really impacted enough where it affected a change in my life.
Okay.
He was older, I was younger. It was like, okay, old people supposed to die. That's my mindset. Mm-hmm. So did it shift me? Not so much. But when my grandmother passed, I'm 30-some years old. I'm like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, this is really real. Like, this is death. And we have what we call the long goodbye because it was cancer. So it was one moment she was alive, and the next she helped us plan her funeral, and then we were at the funeral. So that was a huge transition, right? My dad died in his sleep 2 months later on her birthday, and that was like, okay, this is death differently, right? But my son was a tragedy. So I experienced death in 3 different methods very closely. And I went to therapy and they couldn't help me. They were like, take some medicine, you know, just take some medicine. And I'm like, nah, I want to be able to understand what I'm dealing with. I just don't want to medicate myself and go to sleep and then wake up and it's still there. What is grief? And the average person can't define it because it's individualized. And then I learned I had to go to school and understand it for me and my children. Right? Me and my immediate friends, me and my family. Because couldn't nobody explain it. And that's what I did.
Wow. Now take us back to, take us back 20 years ago.
Absolutely.
Take us back 20 years ago. What type of kid was Christopher?
Man, Christopher was such the life of the family. He was the angel we never knew we had. When he left and realized he really was our angel, our saving grace, our bloodline changer, right? He would always be the one to get the families together. He would always be the ones to say, hey, you know, we really want to go eat. And I get to a restaurant. He like, oh my, we going to Houston's. I'm like, okay, cool. I get to Houston's and everybody there. I'm like, what? Right? He like, oh, I just thought we would all get together, kind of thing. And so shortly thereafter, I realized he was meant to be a part of my life for me to be who I am today. But it took a minute, right? I'm 17 years old when I have Christopher, a senior in high school. He's 17 years old, a senior in high school when he passes.
Wow.
Like literally 17 years to the date. Like literally, right? He's born in June. He passes in August, a day before my birthday. So it's like August 17th. And my family dysfunctional. I don't know no other way to say it. We toxic. Right. I'm the youngest of 5, and I saw the tennis match between my siblings and my mama and my daddy. I don't know who gonna fight today, but we gonna see it. Right?
Somebody gonna fight.
Yes. And so when I recognized that it was intentional on what we were going through, it took Christopher's death for me to recognize that this is what was gonna clear it up, if it was to be cleared. Right. So Christopher was the first grand boy after 2 granddaughters, and he was loved by everyone. He wasn't a kid to play outside, kick the ball kind of thing. He was real debonair, haircut twice a week, dressed to the nines. Like if he came down the stairs and you didn't tell him he looked good, he gonna double back like, oh no, let me go change. We like, no. So we got to a point where everybody is like, tell him he look good, because we're gonna be here another 30 minutes if you don't. Just tell him, yeah, okay then. I don't care if you like it or not, right? We got into that mode because he was super debonair. Ladies man, very, 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 very handsome. It was unbelievable how handsome he was. It was something I had not seen. Yeah.
Very handsome.
Very handsome, right?
Very clean cut.
Yes.
The pictures that you sent me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, he was a very, very handsome.
Very
Even as a baby.
Yes.
Like he was just so freaking adorable as a baby.
Yes.
And I hate to say this, y'all, but y'all know I'm Miss Peachy. Yeah. And I say some of the things that y'all don't want to say.
Yeah.
Just because you're a cute baby, sometimes you just don't go through the whole stages of just always cute.
Yeah.
But your son, when you send me all them baby pictures, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He just was cute from the beginning all the way up till, 17 you said?
Yeah.
17 years old. Now, how was he in high school and middle school? And
everybody loved
school?
him, man, Peachy. Everybody loved him. Our cousins, he always hung out. Like my cousin, me and my first cousin are like sister cousins. We even call ourselves cousin, sister cousin, all the time, right? And so we spent a lot of time together for me to get out the house. The house was horrific to me, right? Me being the youngest, I don't think they even realized what I saw and what happened, right? Until I was able to be vocal enough to share it. And I'm probably 30-something years old when I shared a molestation from the house and why I wanted to not be in the house, how I jumped off the porch so early because of the house, right? My healing process was you got to admit what you went through. Exactly. You got to be authentic with yourself.
Yep.
You can't hide it. You can't let the sweep under the rug syndrome that people want to hold on to till they die. You can't let that happen to you. Exactly. You have got to be authentic with yourself and free yourself from things that have hurt you, described you as the person you were going to be from the trauma. I was like, I ain't doing that. They not going to get me like that, right? I saw it, right? Drinking and drugs and the effect of what I saw happen to my family. My kids were like, why are we leaving and moving to another state? And I took Christopher and my daughter when they were about 4 and 2. Mm-hmm. And I realized, this ain't it. We got to get out of here. So I moved them.
And where was y'all at?
We're originally from Wisconsin.
Okay.
Yep. And we moved from Wisconsin here. Mm-hmm. And I moved here. I came to hang out at Freaknik, 19 years old, and didn't go back home. Did not go back home. I'm literally stayed at the Hilton on Virginia Avenue for 4 months till I bought a house.
Wow.
Yeah, never came. I mean, literally just left the whole house where I lived at and didn't go back. And I realized this was it. And it was one thing that made me say, move my children and teach them different, was the hospitality I received from a lady that weekend I was there. And I'll never forget how genuinely she said hello. And I said,
A simple hello.
it was a simple hello. Hey, baby. And I was like, hey, right? She see me, right? Exactly. It wasn't the scowl face and the anger and the every day you waking up, the sun was bright, the mud was red. It was just different, right? And I knew that I could get away and my children wouldn't be touched and they wouldn't have to understand sibling rivalry because they would then know we were all we had. Exactly. And if we knew that, then we could be better.
And how many siblings?
It's 4 total. Christopher was the oldest of 4. Okay. So I now have a 34-year-old daughter, 29-year-old son, and a 27-year-old son who will be 30 and 28 this year.
Girl, you don't look nothing like it.
Thank you. I'll be 55 this year.
I love her so much. You look absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
And I'm feeling those earrings.
Thank you. Got a shout out to Soul Dow. My girlfriend makes them. And she made my blazer and she makes my earrings. Yeah, she kind of dressed me. Yeah.
Yes.
Childhood friend.
Earrings like them, Miss Lady. I am a big
the colors.
Earrings young lady. I love big earrings. So.
Yes, we will get you some.
Thank you. I sure appreciate it.
Yes.
Now, you said you had got into some trouble. Mm-hmm. You had went to prison.
Yeah.
Now, when did that come into play?
Man, so in my son, I was pregnant with my last child when I was actually on the run. So I didn't know I was pregnant.
You was on the run?
I was on the run for like a year. Crazy. Yeah, I was on the run for like a year. Like, I realized that they wanted my ex-husband. They didn't really want me. Okay. And so I was kind of the person like trying to figure out, it was really, the run really wasn't to hide. It was what we finna do. How we gonna do this, right?
Okay.
We ended up going to prison on a huge multi-million-dollar drug case. So it was just huge, like all over the news. It was just crazy. And so when I realized that this was the end, they extradited me back. It was out of Wisconsin. Okay. But they had to come and get me. Yeah. Okay. And so, yeah, it was crazy. I'm in my 20s. I'm like, okay. I started selling drugs about 14, just weed. And then I mastered cocaine at about 18 and learned how to cook it, pack it. And then I realized I was too big to be breaking it down. And so then I just sold keys. And after that, it was like, okay, cool. We got to figure out. My whole goal was get out this house. I didn't know it would take up so big and get big. But then I found myself just as addicted to the money as the people were addicted to the drugs. And so I had to own that piece. And so a lot of my acceptance with Christopher's death was, I'll take that. Because I don't know who was molested. I don't know who was raped. I don't know who was drugged. I don't know who was kidnapped, who was murdered from the drugs I sold. And so I figured if I sold millions of dollars worth of drugs, somebody was affected in a negative way. And I was so selfish to just want the money and never think about that. So when I had to have a come to Jesus moment.
Not because I'm selling drugs. I'm not selling drugs, y'all. Right. But I just really feel, I really feeling what you're saying right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. And so when I had to speak to God about pulling the plug for Christopher's life, I was like, if it's because of all that stuff I did, why don't you just take me? Like, what you taking him for? He still got a whole life. And I could clearly hear God say, don't flatter yourself. He is dead already. I'm just waiting for you to pull the plug. Like, I took him and you know when I took him, right? So Christopher was in the hospital. He had an accident on that Monday. And that Wednesday, I'm at the hospital. And I had saw people die in front of me before. So it was just kind of, told you I was a real life street girl. Like, I just can't take, I'm being honest. And so we were wiping his nose. And I said to the nurse, he in a coma now. Okay? So mind you, he's in a coma. His nose running profusely. And my mind said, he just died, right? Mm. But I didn't want my daughter and everybody there to visit, who was visiting, who had hope more than I did, right? Because I was like, he a vegetable. Can't live like that. Ain't the life God want him to have. I know it ain't. What am I supposed to do? We can't put on, build a ramp? Right? So he's not waking up. Like, I'm having a conversation with myself in the mirror, like, don't go play crazy now. Because you already know he dead. You saw his nose running. He was in a coma. That don't happen. Right? It's impossible. So it began to run. And I realized I was picking up the tissue like crazy. I was like, he's dead. He's dead. Right? In my mind. That was a Wednesday. I didn't pull the plug till the following Monday. I battled. They kept saying, if the line goes straight on that machine there's no more blood going to the brain. I said, all right. Went to church. I was going to New Birth at the time. Bishop Eddie Long was my pastor, and I was very involved. And I left church, and I walked into the hospital room, and there was white coats everywhere. And I was like, I knew what I knew when I knew it. And they said, you see the monitor? And I was like, yeah. And I asked them, I said, I think he died Wednesday. And they were like, what do you mean that? I was like, because the nose kept running, and how is running and he in a coma? And the doctor looked at me like, but the blood hadn't stopped flowing to the brain yet. And so he said it took a minute. And I was like, okay. I still wasn't ready. I still wasn't going to pull the plug. It was like, I can't build a ramp, right? I could figure it out. I could just take off work. I thought everything I could, that the fear came over me that in church that day, Bishop said, finish the job, was the message. And I just wasn't ready, but I had to. So I pulled the plug. His grandmother was in the room, my aunt, and they were waiting to see, was I going to lose it? But because I had to confess that I deserved it, and I could change lives if I accepted that it was his life because of the life I chose, I vowed to God to take care of his people from there, and that's what I've been doing.
We're going to go into a commercial break, okay? And I really hate to go backwards, but okay. I want to go back to what brought y'all to the hospital.
Okay.
What occurred with Christopher that y'all ended up in this hospital.
Yeah.
Okay? So let's go ahead and get into this commercial break while we get ourselves a little bit together, because I'm over here got tears in my eyes too. I didn't think it was going to be like this. I tell people all the time, you just never know what type of emotions that you're going to have when it's time that you come on the platform. You just never know. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get into this commercial break. We also have a tribute video that we'll be playing just as well. But right now, here go the commercial. We coming right back. Make sure y'all come back.
Remembering a life, honoring a legacy. When words fall short, let Miss Peachy help you tell the story. Miss Peachy will create a custom heartfelt memorial tribute video that celebrate your loved one's life in a way that truly reflects their spirit and the love you shared. With thoughtful care, Miss Peachy will craft each video from the heart, preserving precious memories in a lasting tribute. Tailored packages to suit your needs. Fast 24 to 48-hour delivery. Genuine, compassionate service. Let Miss Peachy help honor your loved one legacy with a keepsake that will be cherished forever. Contact Ms. Peachy by email or by phone for a tribute video made from the heart.
We are back, and we are back with Dr. Cynthia Williams, that is. And I forgot to play our welcome banner. There it goes. Welcome. Now, we are going to go back to how we got to the hospital, Dr. Cynthia.
Yes.
What occurred, y'all know I already know the story, but I need y'all to know just as well. So, what happened that day?
So, I want to set it up a little bit.
Okay.
Great. So, what happened was Christopher was a senior in high school, right? And so his junior year of high school, that May, he had started getting in trouble, or it just started being exposed to me of some of the things he was doing, right? Hanging out with other guys, that was street guys, gambling in gambling houses, trap houses, and things like that, of that nature. And so this school called me and said he had skipped school, and they didn't know where he was, and I needed to come up there, and I did. And I was very involved. I always been a very involved parent. So they were able.
Was you a street mom at the time?
Yeah, I've always. Yeah, I wasn't. I was no longer a street mom until after he died. I wasn't his whole life. That's all I knew. Mm-hmm. And so, because I knew a lot of people in the streets, I was able to find out where he was. Like APB out, where he at, who he with. He can't go far. This pretty much. I know this area where he at, right? So they told me, oh, Chris be in this little trap house, they gambling, whatever, cool. But this particular day, he had went to this lady's house, and it was the girl father and her stepmother is who the girl lived with. So they skipped school to go have sex, and they caught themselves going to run and do this and come right back. So by the time I get to the school and I'm looking for everybody, they walking down the street, because apparently it was just a couple blocks from the school. So they walking down the street. And the daddy pull up like, yeah, I'm going to do something to your son. And I'm like, no, you're not. But, okay, what we going to do is figure out what happened. Give us a minute. Let me see what happened, right? Mm-hmm. I get you upset. I am too. But I always knew you have to communicate with kids. You can't talk at them. You have to talk with them. Mm-hmm. You got to let them talk back and forth to you. So I'm like, what's happening, man? Where you at? Where you was at? Oh, I went to her house. Okay, cool. You know it's a school day, right? He like, yeah, like, so we do know we not supposed to be here, right? Right. Okay, cool. So the daddy's upset. Yeah, I get it. All right. So it would be no different if I had to come identify you, because he was so upset and he came in and did something to you because you in his house. I said, but the saving grace is, and everybody sitting around, is you didn't break in, and he gonna have to discipline his daughter who let you in. Exactly. And so I get that he's upset, but yeah, I'm gonna handle you. He gonna handle her, right? So I'm saying to him, like, deal with your child, I'm going to deal with mine, and we're going to be at that. You don't want to cross no other line, so let's just let it be that. You go about your business, and we're going to go about ours. I got you, right? You mad, I get it, I'm going to handle him. So school's getting ready to be out, so I sent him to my mother's house. So my mother's still living up north. I sent him there. And when I sent him there, he comes back with enough time to go to school. Like, all right, cool. So he comes back to go to school like maybe the next hour. He came in with enough time to get dressed, to change, to go to school when it starts that Monday type thing, right? So a few days later, he's coming in, and, the school was telling me, like, he skipped again. I said, come on, man, we're not finna start that, right? This first week of senior year, we finna go on and end with a buzz. So he get in trouble to the point where he at this gambling spot. And my partner called me and tell me he had the gambling spot. I go in, kick the dice, like, because I don't know if he owe nobody. I don't know, whatever. I got a pistol. I'm like, yeah, what you doing here? I had to come, like, real crazy because I don't know what he got going on. But at the same time, I ain't finna pay nobody back because do you even know what you doing kind of thing, right? Exactly. So I knew if I went in like the street girl, then I was going to have to handle it street. But if I went in as a concerned parent, my mind said, go as a concerned parent. They're going to respect you. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine. You by yourself? I'm by myself. But my partner already told me what was happening, so they kind of knew I was coming. Okay. But he didn't know. So when I went in there, I got in the car like, what was you in there doing? How you get? He was like, I was winning. I was like, dang, I kicked the dice. How much? He was like, what is you doing? I said, no. Why are you not at school? What is you doing? So as we got into that, it just was, I think he had already got bit by the street bug. And it was almost nothing I could do. Because I had to own that he did what he saw. Right? Okay. And it was in his DNA. More than me trying to stop him from being a young man. Like, I sit down and use the bathroom. I don't stand up and pee. So I don't even understand his transition at 17 to become who he thought he needed to be with no other man in the house. Right? He the oldest. He feeling like I got to take this on. I got to be the man of this home because ain't nobody here for real. So I'm thinking, this ain't gonna work, and I don't want him to go to prison. I got to figure it out. So my sister calls me. She says, Mama called and said I should come and pick up Chris, and I was like, nah, he gonna be punished here. He good. I said, don't go get him.
And go get him from
our house.
Okay.
To avoid his punishment.
Okay.
Because he was getting in trouble by me for skipping. But I had to go to work. So after I took him home from getting in trouble at school, I went on to work. And I was working like a 10 to 7 schedule. So my sister called. She said he was going to come. She was going to go get him. I said, no, don't go get him. And she said, well, I'll meet you at the house. I'm like, all right, cool. So she meet me at the house. When I get to the house, they already leaving the house. Like, they're leaving the house. And I said, didn't I say don't pick him up? Well, he said he wanted to leave. We get into a whole tussle, me and Christopher. The neighbors call the police next door. And when they call the police, they come. He's all ruffled. He's excited. They like, it's domestic. I know an officer on the team at the time, so he hear my address and just pull up. So all these cars pulling up now, but I don't know the neighbor done called the police. So when the neighbor calls the police, she older. I think the Samuels, they're older, so they just hear noise, but they don't know that ain't normal where we lived at. So they was like, something must be wrong. So the police decide they gonna take him in. When they take him in to calm down, they're like, we'll give him a paper bond, just a signature. He'll be good. You ain't gonna have to waste no money, but we gotta separate y'all today. Cool, whatever. I'm livid that all of that had to take place, right? I mean, livid. He never been to jail before. I didn't want that started, right? So then he has to get out. So I'm up. I go to the jail. I'm sitting in the jail. And I'm telling the judge, and I'll never forget. I forgot her name. It'll come to me, though. I said, can you in that paperwork mandate that he stay at school? And she said, well, at 16 in Georgia, there's a law they can sign themselves out. I'm like, what?
Wow.
She like, yeah, they're considered an adult. So I can't even put that in there. I said, well, look, we from Wisconsin. I don't really know what that's about, but if you could just mandate that he stay in school or he gonna have to come back here. I don't know what other way to scare him, to keep him in school. I don't want him, I need him to graduate. She said, I'll put a little paperwork in there. So she put the paperwork in there. She sends it to the school, basically. They got the SROs at the time, the school resource officers who are DeKalb County Police. And they're telling him, yeah, you can't skip. You got to go. So I'm waiting in the jail all night. She said it's going to take about 8 hours for us to process him. So you might as well go home and come back. We'll have him call you when he's ready. Well, he's still mad he don't call me. He called my sister. She drive from Conyers to the jail on Memorial Drive and never called me and tell me she going to get him.
Conyers ain't right around the corner either, y'all.
By far. It's a good 45, 50-minute drive. There and back. So I called her and I said, you got Chris? I called the jail. They say he's already gone. I'm like, what? So I knew to call her. You got Chris? She said, yeah, and we sleep. I'll just call you when we get up.
And it's your sister.
My sister. Right? Time go by. He said he wasn't going home. We was going to come get his clothes. He going to stay with me. I was like, yeah, he ain't bought none over here. What clothes he coming to get? He can keep the ones he got, but I think y'all all done lost y'all mind. As a matter of fact, I think y'all like batshit crazy. He can't come get nothing over here. He ain't bought nothing over here. So if you want to take on the responsibility of taking him, you got to go start doing the things I've done. Don't call me, right? And I hung up.
And he was 17 at this time.
17. That's Sunday, I think. Monday, my niece is driving him to go get some weed or something. They drive. He jumps out the car to use the bathroom at a Burger King on like Peachtree Industrial Boulevard, somewhere over there. And when he get back in the car, she loses control of the car, and the car flips like 9 times. He's thrown from the car. And when he's thrown from the car, it's raining and pouring outside. And when she has to tell the officers and the paramedics that there's another person, because they all survived. It was like 4 or 5 of them in the car. 4, 3, 4, I'm not sure. And they all survived by kicking themselves out the car. She said she kicked herself out the windshield. So he literally was far from where the car landed because he was thrown out the window. And the officer said, and the paramedic said that when they got to him, he was holding his head like, oh man. So still kind of coherent, but bleeding profusely. By the time I get to the hospital, his head is like big as 2 basketballs. is not even recognizable. And my first words was, that is not my son. Yeah, y'all called me to come to the hospital. That ain't my baby. But the jeans, I couldn't tell if I bought them because he was laying on his back. One shoe was on, no sock, and the shoe, I bought it, but he was just unrecognizable. So my daughter passed out, and the doctor said he didn't have time for my meltdown, and he needed for me to sign a paper to cut his skull out so they could release the pressure on his brain so that it wouldn't keep protruding between the skull brackets. And I'm thinking, yeah, the biggest thing I've ever had to deal with was Georgia Power, car insurance. One of them ain't gonna get paid this month, right? Because I'm coming home from prison and I ain't at street. I'm trying to follow these folks' rules, and they say you got to go to work and work 40 hours and wait for a check, and after 80 hours, I'm like, what are you talking about? 2 weeks away, and I've been work right. So my mindset was, I don't get a check after 80 hours, and I've been at y'all job every day. Y'all crazy? Like, this what y'all do? Ain't no way, right?
The story of our lives.
Ain't no way, right? So I'm thinking, this is crazy. So that week, and to just have to pull the plug a day before my birthday, I knew God was talking to me. And when people lose someone, they're talking to anybody that has been affected by that person, anyone that knew them, anyone that loved them for real. But when God takes a child, he's definitely talking to the parents. And his father had decided that the first time I had sex, I got pregnant, and it wasn't his child, and he knew he waited for about 3 years for me to even have sex. I met him when I was like 14, 15. So he knew that I had not had sex yet, and he was never in his life for 17 years. So after the funeral, I went and took him. He was in jail, and I went and took him the obituary, like, meet your son.
I'm going to show you a picture because we're getting close to the end of the show.
Yeah.
I definitely got to bring you back, baby.
Okay.
You got a lot that has been on in your life.
Oh, yeah.
That I know you can share with plenty of viewers that you can possibly help.
Absolutely.
So I definitely want to bring you back on.
It'd be my pleasure.
But I got to show you this picture first.
Okay.
Before we get into the tribute video. And I want to know the first thing to come to your mind when you see this picture.
Okay.
You're going to have to look behind you. Angel. When I saw that picture, I just was like, first of all, who is he looking at?
He was looking
like
at
he's
his...
looking up.
Yeah, he was looking at... Exactly. It was like, the little round thing that went in the kids' cribs, the mobile, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't going. And that was his way of telling me to turn it on.
Wow.
He used to be looking like...
so adorable. Right. Oh, my gosh.
Right. Angel.
Absolutely adorable. Now, I will say this just as well, because I am Miss Peachy. Out of all them pictures that you sent me, a lot of the, you sent me the video.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You sent me the video. Mm-hmm. So, as a surprise, I got some of the pictures off the video to go into the tribute video.
Okay.
But as I was watching, now I'm just going to be honest with you, his skin tone changed. Like he was so light-skinned as a little boy. And then you sent me this picture. And it's gonna come on. It's a little lagging a little bit, but it's gonna come up.
No problem.
And I see, there it go right there. Yeah. I see that picture, and I'm like, wait a minute. He done got a little bit darker.
Yeah, and it's probably summertime too.
But you know what?
That was prom picture. That was right before he passed.
He was on point.
Yeah.
He was on point on that.
Yeah, no, for
oh my
sure.
gosh, he was shot.
Oh man.
But you know what?
I have no idea.
He still looked the same.
Yeah.
On all those pictures that I saw, he still looked the same.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did.
But that picture right there was just everything. Yeah. That smile. I mean, very clean cut. But that smile was everything. Everything. And I know you miss him so much.
I do.
I know you miss him so much.
I do. I always just wish what he would be doing. Like, I definitely would be a grandmother by now. That's for sure.
Because he didn't have any children, right?
No.
Okay.
No. And it was so many girls at the funeral falling out. I'm like, what in the world? Girls showing me they got his name on tattooed on their body.
What?
I'm like, oh Lord, what was he doing? What was he doing? But he was he was so debonair. He was so debonair.
Wow.
Totally amazing.
All right. Well, we are about to get into the tribute video now. Okay. All you have to do is just turn yourself around, and the video will be coming right up. I take my time when I do these tribute videos. Most of the time, the tribute videos are for places, for people that still have open cases, you know, because they have committed a murder or whatever. So I make those extra sad, because I know folks be pillow talking and stuff, and you just never know who gonna watch the show and watch the video. So, but this is different. So I do hope you like what I came up with. Okay. And you ready? Here we go.
We had our memories. We had our time together. It's hard that I can't see you now. See you face to face. But I know you in the sky looking down. But it's still hard to tell. That you're not here physically. Yeah, it gets emotional sometimes. Yeah, it gets hard because you're not here and you're gone away. Up in the sky somewhere. I hope we meet again. I hope I see my love again. Yeah, it gets so difficult to know you're not here. And oftentimes I cry to sleep in tears. But I hope I'll be up there one day. One day. To see your face again. I know you're in a better place. I know you're at peace up there, where there's no fears, there's no tears. But I can't lie, I miss you down here. I pray to God that you was in my life. I can't lie that I feel alone because you're not here. Yeah, it gets emotional sometimes. Yeah, it gets hard because you're not here and you're gone away. Up in the sky somewhere. I hope we meet again. I hope I see my love again. Yeah, it gets so difficult to know you're not here. And oftentimes I cry to sleep in tears. But I hope I'll be up there one day. One day. To see your face again. I know you up there. Up there. I miss you down here. I wish I had one more chance to see your face and hold you and never let you go. I love you forever. You're always in my heart, and I can't let go of the memories we had until I see your face again. I see your face again. Until I see your face again. Yeah.
That was nice. Oh.
All right. We are back. I know.
That was nice.
Thank you so much. I will be sending that to you this evening.
Okay.
And I make it home. And you can do whatever you want to do with it. You could you want to put it on your platforms, you can. That is a video. I'm sorry, not a video. That is a song that I actually had someone to make for my families that come on to Peachy Tea Tyme. So whatever you want to do with the girl, you can do with it. All right.
Okay.
Also here on Peachy Tea Tyme, I do something called a 2-week spotlight. So I shine light on families that has been on to Peachy Tea Tyme. Okay. So what I do is I play the tribute video on each show for 2 weeks, unless I have a family that come on. Also, I make a flyer, very nice flyer, and I post it on my page for 2 weeks. And it's just to let you guys know that I'm still going to do all that I can to keep your loved one name alive. Okay? So when your 2-week spotlight come up, I will send everything to you so you can confirm it and everything, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start the 2-week spotlight. But Dr. Cynthia, baby, when I tell you, I'm so happy that you came. We had a little small hiccup in between it, but when I tell you, God knows what he's doing. At any time, he knows what he's doing. And I'm so glad and so happy that we was able to do it here in this intimate space.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much for having me. It's definitely been my pleasure. Thank you for allowing me to be real, allowing me to feel, and allowing me to know that as much as I come and help others, I'm still as human as everyone else is. And I just thank you for that.
You are so welcome. And like I told you before, I definitely want you to come back on. There is one more piece that I did not tell you.
Okay.
I didn't tell you at all.
Okay.
But I originally saw you on Break Free Podcast.
Yes.
I have been a guest on Break Free Podcast.
Okay.
Over a year ago.
Okay.
And I was just scrolling. And being that, I have been on her show, some of her stuff pops up. So I was just scrolling and I saw the trailer, the little small part. And y'all had already did the show. Usually I just go on and I look at the show. But when I saw that trailer, I said, I don't want to see the show just yet. Okay. I said, I want Dr. Cynthia to come onto my platform just from that piece of trailer.
Okay.
And so when I tell you I'm so excited to go home and watch you on Break Free Podcast, because I said I didn't want to see it at all. I wanted to do this show like I do anybody that comes on. I don't want to know, too much. Yeah. I didn't want to go off of what she did just as well. Every family that comes on the Peachy Tea Tyme, I always talk to them first before coming on to the show. So I wanted to go off of what me and you have spoke about just as well. So, y'all, if you are watching right now, please, please, please make sure y'all watch Dr. Cynthia on Break Free Podcast. That is BREKPHREE. Okay, Break Free Podcast. Make sure y'all watch her on there. Share this video just as well, because I'm telling y'all, this is not the last time y'all gonna see Dr. Cynthia. Okay, and that's Dr. Cynthia Williams, baby. Now, Dr. Cynthia, let everyone know where they can find you at before we leave up out of here.
Absolutely. You can follow me at Love From Afar on Instagram, and that kind of connects it to everything else. But my website is lovefromafar.org. Go ahead and send me a message. I respond. It's not no ghost stuff going on. It's actually me. And once you reach out, please let people know that you're better healed than unhealed. So reach out to me. I have an app called Still Color. The app allows mental health on the go. It's on your phone. I got grief manuals and everything. So reach out to me. We're getting ready for our annual youth summit, which is going to be at the C.T. Martin Rec Center on April 25th, where we do a mock car crash, mock funeral, mock trial. I reenact Christopher's actual crash with different skits of things going on in the world today with young adults. So come on out, be a part of it, be a vendor. It's free. Just free food, free mental health services, free resources, free wraparound services, everything you can imagine. We partner with City of Atlanta's Midnight Basketball. So come out and partner with us, be a part of that day, but allow your kids to come and have some real dialogue about what they're going through. with other people. So thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Y'all better make sure y'all be in the building. And you said April 25th?
Yes, Saturday, April 25th.
Make sure y'all be there because, baby, Miss Peachy will be there.
Yes.
Okay? I don't want to miss this at all. Now, I don't know if I'll be a vendor. I'll let you know about that.
Okay.
But I don't want to miss out on nothing that you do, Dr. Cynthia.
Thank
I
you
want to
so
be
much.
I want to be right there watching everything that you do, okay?
Thank you.
So please inform me on anything that you have going on in the future.
I will.
All right.
Will.
All right,
Thank
y'all.
you.
So we are out of here. I love you guys. I will see y'all on Monday, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure y'all tune in. Y'all know I got to cover these broadcasts and clips. Put y'all on some game on what's going on in the crime world. Okay? So I love you guys. Bye.
See you later.
Bye-bye. Love you guys.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships.
That was
Let's have a good
amazing.
time with the missus, yeah, celebrities. Let's talk about caring events. Let's talk about things you don't see. So join in on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Tune in on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Come join us on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Join us on Peachy